Okay. You're bringing out your sadist side.
Oh, low blow. That's gotta hurt.
Ridiculous.
Boing. Lara Croft for everyone. You're joining us in another playthrough of Tomb Raider: The Action Adventure DVD video game. And we are making our way back to the scene of the crime. We are going to Von Croy's apartment. And what is the mission this week, Nick?
Our mission is to up the CGI budget. But our mission in the game for everyone is to search the murder scene for clues.
Okay, ready? Let's do this.
I am ready. Let's do this.
I need to go in alone.
Okay, I'll wait here.
Appreciate it, Bouchard.
Sounds like a gremlin.
Some unnecessary wobble there. Just leave the car door open. That's a power trip right there.
She's inside now. You can send in the cleaner.
Double cross, double cross.
Interesting choice to let the audience know about that.
Right, interesting. Back here, right? Right, there's some flashy bits on the floor. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They're on the right. Do we look, or should we just go right?
Let's have a look first.
Let's do it.
I've seen this before.
Oh.
In Ren's pawn shop. It must be the mark of the monstrum.
Nice point you got us there. Well done.
I'm not sure I wanted to see all that blood on the walls.
Right, let's go look at those mines on the floor.
Yeah, let's go right.
I might need that.
Bang. Hey, it's a gun.
No, but there was still things flashing with.
Oh. Okay, so we've got a gun, so I would say we should go for it.
Okay, let's go for it.
We might have to kill someone.
It's so vague.
Oh, there's a person.
There we go.
Oh, that was a tricky one, that one. That was a tricky quick time.
More commands than ever before.
This reminds me of Von Croy's
Must be
music
wearing
from
some
5.
serious body armor.
The VCI levels.
This is probably a boss from the game, isn't it? Well, we've got to go for it, haven't we? It's going to be another quick time and shooting, but we're not going to take the easy way out.
No, we're going to go out fighting. Let's do it. That guy seemed to like move without moving his feet.
Okay. Are you in the laser room?
Yeah, so we can jump or crawl.
I think it's quite tricky to tell, but the nearest laser is before the door. So I think the second laser is a jumpable one, then a crawl, then a jump.
To me, it looks like the nearest laser is going right through her buttocks.
It does look like that, but I think that's perception.
You want to jump?
I think it's jump because it's on the floor. It's lower down, isn't it? So
Right, let's do a jump.
okay. Right. Should we play it safe this time because we're going to lose a point? But let's just get back to that point.
Okay, I'm crouched behind the sofa and now I'm playing.
Yes. Yeah, we just because it will just do the same thing. I hope it doesn't skip the lasers. Actually, I just realised.
It does just zoom off.
Okay, the guy.
I think we have got. Oh no, we picked up a gun.
Okay, good. So I'm sorry, but that laser is along the ground in front of her. Like to not be cruel is harsh. That laser should be higher up if it's cruel. But whatever, let's cruel. I'll rage about it later. See, that's not crueling. That's like army style. Ridiculous.
Kablooey.
Right, that's difficult. What do you think? Head looks on fire.
I think the path ahead looks like it's on fire, but it looks like there's just a hole to the right. So it looks like a lose-lose situation here.
Right, you're cool.
Right, we're going to jump right.
Okay. That was good.
He has a huge apartment, doesn't he?
It's apartment block.
So we've got a few options here.
Yes.
I'm most intrigued by low attack.
We haven't had that before.
I'm imagining JR and the other commentator from WWE. Just, oh, low blow, that's gotta hurt.
As long as they sell it, as long as they sell the low attack, I'm fine with it.
Right, well, let's go low attack then.
Let's do it. Oh no. It's gonna blow up.
Just getting shot at.
Yeah. Right, shoot. And then we'll crawl through the lasers.
Yep, let's do it.
Oh, we got a shotgun now as well, haven't we?
It's not the one, I just died.
So I think we've got to go for it.
I think we've got
To be fair,
Do you think that play it safe now is just it does it for you?
yeah. I think
Is that
so.
what it's always been in this game?
It's difficult to tell for sure, but definitely when I've got to one of those sections where like the buttons aren't allowing me to kind of do it in time or
It's
whatever.
always sent you through. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's go for it. See what happens. Left, up, left, right. Left, up, left, right.
See, that is.
That looked so bad. I recognise that ringtone.
I don't know why shoot didn't work, except for the fact that she started sidestepping out from the doorway.
Hello. Is she dead yet? We have to get back to Prague.
No, Bouchard. She isn't. But your little friend is. I'll take care of you later.
Ooh.
Nice collars on his shirt there.
Harry Hill.
We've got ourselves a getaway vehicle.
Where are we going? Right.
You've got to be off to Prague.
How many points did you get?
Yeah.
Same here. I reckon we could have got 3, except for that first death, and then we decided to just go quickly through by playing it safe. But
It's a streamlined experience for our audience, Nick.
let's just reflect on the fact we are now at the end of Act 2.
Yeah. So
Just one more.
Final act to come. I'm hoping they save the best for last.
Exactly. Let's join us for that. But before we do that, we have our question of the week and our spotlight. So our question of the week is, we're going to take a look at the cheat codes of Tomb Raider and talk about them, and then come up with our own cheat code for Tomb Raider. Not button press, but what it does.
Would it be up, down, left, right, A start? If you could choose a cheat, what would it be and why? Sort of.
Exactly, but we're going to take some inspiration from the cheats that are already out there.
The all weapons and ammo. Now, this is like a classic one that is in all the games. I feel like it would be good, or it would be better, if with each subsequent game it built upon the arsenal that came before it. So like sometimes you don't get the same guns coming back in the next game, and you can't like play as all of them, play with all of them, for example, in Chronicles.
I see. So you get basically all the guns and ammo, regardless of what game they appeared in.
Yeah, well, that would obviously be the more ultimate cheat. But why would you not, if you've already had it in the previous one, why would you not have that gun in the next one as well? Especially like with the cheats.
I guess the only thing where that maybe, well, it would work for fun, but where it wouldn't work is for 5, which is what you mentioned. Von Croy's apartment, that weapon is almost the level is almost designed around you got the grapple gun as well, but around that weapon, and you've got obviously no gun areas like in all the games, but Tomb Raider 4 particularly, because you never get a gun in it, not just you have to find your gun, the island levels. But then they might be fun with guns.
Like if it's a cheat, surely you want to be able to have the ability to choose anything. And not only that, it'd be cool if you got to choose the amount of ammo as well. So then you could do like specific sort of challenges, like pacifist run, or like, can you complete it with this number of bullets, or like, and then see who can do it with the least bullets or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be quite fun. And to limit the dual pistols, because that's obviously never happened, I don't think. They're always infinite ammo, I think I'm right in saying.
It would be really cool for the person completing a game for like the 10th time. Like they could add an extra, they could choose their level of challenge there.
Sounds good.
The next up, I thought we'd talk about the med pack cheat. Now you've got this is kind of part of the all items cheat that you have, where you get all the weapons and all the ammo and stuff. Apart from Chronicles, where you can do unlimited small med packs or unlimited large med packs, and I think it's in 3 where you can do full health. There's like a full health cheat. But can you imagine a invulnerable Lara cheat?
So you just don't get hurt.
That might be quite fun, just to be able to like go through the piranha infested areas, walk across lava, and it would also be good for like if you want to let your younger brother or your younger sister play, and you want to make it a bit easier for them.
I have spotted a flaw. So either falling down a shaft, not being able to get back out, or not as bad, but more frustrating perhaps, is say the Atlantis level, where you're right at the top and then you fall down to the bottom, and you can climb back up, but you've gone right back in the level.
It'd be better to have just died.
Yeah.
Well, you can actually there is a bulletproof Lara cheat, which comes in Legend. There's a level skip cheat in all the Tomb Raider games. But ideally, you want a level select cheat, right?
Yeah.
Not just if you want to get into like the 10th level, you have to enter the level skip cheat 10 times if you don't have it on your save card or like a file on your PC. So I was thinking the ideal way to do this would be to have it like with a level select, but also with like a debug mode, like in like your Sonic or your Sonic 2. That way you could like drop Lara anywhere, and then you could also sort of like mess around with like enemies, so like dropping an enemy in like cruel places, or perhaps setting yourself like challenges. So like you could do try and pick up this med pack that you dropped over here before the Parliament of Raptors tears you to shreds, or maybe you drop a quad bike down and you just quad bike your way through a level which didn't have a quad bike in before. That would be super cool.
Yeah, that does sound very crossing bounds with Tomb Raider level editor. because if you were given a level as a basis that you could then edit, you've basically got the same cheat kind of situation.
There is something very similar. So there's a save game and position editor for the Last Revelation and Chronicles on PC. Right, moving forwards with the games, there's a cheat that grabbed my attention in Anniversary. Sunglasses. So you can wear your sunglasses at night all day long. Well, that makes sense. I wear my sunglasses at night.
Brilliant.
But this made me think of a create your own Tomb Raider cheat mode. So like you could play as your own character or even create yourself. So it'd be like in the Sims or in like WWE SmackDown game.
Tony Hawk's. That would be amazing. That would be fun. That's awesome. Some slight storyline issues, but it's almost something that they could have done when Lara died in 4, or even after Chronicles. They could have gone down that route of almost new character. You could play as Lara, but perhaps she never gets called Lara, or there's never any mention of self, so that you could play storyline mode. Yeah, that would be great.
Do you remember the golden gun in GoldenEye on the N64? One-shot kills. So there is a golden shotgun in Anniversary, and that gives you one-shot kills and infinite ammo.
Oh wow. That's pretty much then, yeah, that's almost like a kind of bandana from Metal Gear, like infinite ammo, but also brutal. I'm thinking like Quake game as well, isn't there like a real ridiculously powerful like plasma gun or something? Unreal, something like that.
Well, there's the BFG in.
There's definitely it's time splitters. There's a weapon where you can like see through walls and you can just shoot, and it's a laser that just goes through anything. And so you can shoot someone the other side of the map through walls.
Okay, so I think this might be your favourite one, Nick. I know you love this one. Exploding Lara. It's a classic, yeah.
Absolutely, and what I love about that is the cheat code for Tomb Raider 1 for level skip is forward, back, spin around 3 times, jump forward. But in Tomb Raider 2, if you do that, you explode.
So the cheat code, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to do it with a flare, I think. To all cheat codes through movement in Tomb Raider 2, you have a flare in your hand lit. But I just love that almost troll from the developers there to punish you for cheating.
Playing with the audience expectation there, that's really smart. But, like, based off that idea, I imagine like a cheat for every single like death animation. That might be quite fun to play around with.
I'm sure there's a YouTube video of all deaths from various games.
But what about like if there were extra ones? So like we've got exploding Lara. What about imploding Lara? What about melting Lara? What about Lara evaporating?
You're bringing out your sadist side here.
Well, you've got to be like quite sadistic to enjoy the death animations in the more current gen games where they're super realistic and bloody and brutal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's an infamous cheat code for, I think it's Mortal Kombat, where it's the blood code. You heard of this one?
Yeah. So they couldn't release it in Europe or somewhere.
Nintendo. I don't think Nintendo. They were going for like the family sort of market, so they took the blood out of the game.
Green stuff, wasn't it, or something that wasn't blood? Yeah.
You could enter this cheat code and put it in. So I'm imagining like a sort of brutal mode for like the classic games, and you've got like Lara just dripping blood from like a wound, like all around like this empty abandoned tomb somewhere, or like in the snow or something, like leaving marks everywhere.
So like excessive blood mode.
Yeah. I looked up some sort of glitches and bugs that people have kind of used to cheat, and these have given me some ideas for like cheats of my own, or that would be really cool for us to see. So have you heard of this? There's flight patches.
You know what? I did think flight would be a cool cheat, and I I think I do recall reference to that. So does that exist? Is that true?
Well, there's unofficial flight patches on PC versions which allow you to fly Lara out of a bad spot and into a new one.
Out of a bad spot into a new one. I love the description. I think along that line as well, something which would be maybe slightly cooler than just flight is jetpack.
Whoa, yes. I was going to suggest like a Superman cheat, but that's kind of more fitting, I feel.
Yeah, she could, and especially Area 51, you know, break in, get the jetpack like GTA, get the jetpack, fly around, and it's slightly more realistic than just flying.
Okay, so there's an ammo glitch. This sounds really cool. That allows you to shoot the powerful ammo, so like your rockets and your grenades, but with rapid fire weapons, so like the MP5 or the harpoon gun.
That'd be fun. Dual pistol as well.
Dual pistols, but it's grenades coming out. AOD has replenish oxygen, but I was just imagining like an unlimited oxygen cheat, like in Echo the Dolphin. That would make it quite easy and fun to like explore with, whereas normally you might be a bit sort of panicked in the water sections.
Or Underworld.
Get this, there's a mega jump cheat. So I was imagining like a moon physics cheat, like in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah, I did think of moon physics and thinking that would be fun, particularly because you wouldn't die from falls, I assume, with moon physics. So you've got that advantage, but also just leaping over levels and giant gaps to cut levels short would be quite fun, particularly in places like the Opera House where you've got to get to the rooftop over there.
Yeah, or Atlantis.
Yes,
Pyramid.
jump up. Great pyramids. You don't even have to do the platforming at the end. You just...
Boing. Do you have any ideas for cheat codes?
There's also inspiration I drew from Metal Gear Solid, the stealth suit. So invisible Lara. So none of the enemies react to you. Maybe the humans could know you're there, but not know where you are. A bit like Metal Gear. And animals you could argue they could smell you, but again, not know where you are. So you could go through with the stealth suit. That might be quite fun. My final one is my winner. Are we ready for winners?
Yeah, I don't think I've chosen a winner for. Oh, I know what my winner would be. What I would like to see.
What's your winner?
Level select. Level select. Simple. And like if that came with a debug mode as well, then you've got everything you could possibly want, I think. And
it avoids the frustration of like 40,000 fathoms or whatever it's called, where you have to swim and get in the thing before you can level skip. They might have done that on purpose actually to stop you just going straight to the end, because you have to do that bit and it is quite challenging if you've never done it before. That would be good. A quick way around it in Tomb Raider 1 and 3 is you could jump to any save crystal in the level. Perhaps that's a kind of a quick way around it without literally dropping you wherever you want. My winner, the cheat that I'd like to see the most, it kind of links back slightly to you talking about your weapon cheat and having all weapons from any game, but it's not exactly a weapon. It is a weapon, but it's not. I think my cheat would be to have Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, in any Tomb Raider game. Partly because I love that section, it was fun, it was different, but being able to just blow things up, it's a one-hit kill, it's bringing together quite a lot of the cheats we've actually already talked about, but in a fun way. And it's not just completely game-breaking where, you know, you could argue the rapid-fire grenades is just kind of almost getting towards beyond fun, whereas using the hammer itself is fun. So the fact that it kills everything quickly is just a happy byproduct.
For that cheat to be made even cooler, the way you would have to do it would be, it's just like an unknown thing, like you can find a secret room and then it's in there, like right near the beginning of the game or something like this. Or if you do something really random.
I think I've got a good way to do that. Is I like the way that I think it's in 4, no, but definitely in 5, is how you keep your secrets in your inventory. So if you got all the secrets, they could maybe join together You could even have a puzzle. They join together, you put them in somewhere, it opens it up, and you can then go and get it, and then it's saved for New Game Plus or something like that. There's our cheat codes. Any others that you can think of? Stick them down in the comments. Like to hear those. But we are going to now take a look at our spotlight for this week.
For this week's Tomb Raider Spotlight, we are shining a light on the Retro Hour podcast, episode 198, The History of Tomb Raider with Heather Gibson. Now, the Retro Hour is one of my favourite ever podcasts. I'm busy working my way through the whole back catalogue. Basically, it's three friends getting together and chatting about the week's retro gaming and technology news. And then at the end of every episode, they have an interview with a composer, a game designer, a journalist, an author, a YouTuber, somebody involved in retro gaming, and they have like a long form interview with them. And I'm recommending this episode with Heather Gibson to you. She was the level designer for Tomb Raider 1 and 2, and she's the reason we have Winston in number 2, and we're able to lock him up in the freezer. So in this interview, we get some honest reflections of Heather's time, both at Core Design, and before that she was working at Rare, famous video games company. You might not know that Heather Gibson actually voiced the yes, no, and the grunting sounds as Lara moves the blocks in Tomb Raider 1. And this is quite common practice back in the day, like trying to cut costs. And just get people who make the games to also make the sound effects and do the voices. It was really common at Rare, but she actually did this Core Design for those specific small parts. And what else does this interview touch on? Well, she talks about the difficulty curve in the games, textures, Croft Manor, vehicles, and even trying to convince Toby Gard to stay. Definitely worth a look at. Recommend it to my friend Nick as well, because she was actually the level designer for many of his favourite games from those classic entries 1 and 2, including Venice, Barkang Monastery, and even St Francis Folly. So check it out. That's our Tomb Raider Spotlight this week, the Retro Hour with Heather Gibson, episode 198. If you want to listen to it, I'll have a link to it down in the description below. Thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like if you did like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Should be back next week. And if you want to support us, then please give the show a share, or buy some merch, or become a Patreon. Cheers. You have frozen.
Yeah, and I'm back. If we give it a few seconds,
Yep.
just to make sure it's definitely back. Sorry, so you literally were like, and my winner is...